Good morning, guys. Is this still our favorite chicken breed? So guys, we have had Bielefelders now for a little over a year now, so we feel like we can give a better description or better feel. We got a better feel on them, how they do. And I still love these guys. We've hatched out a bunch. We've had a couple videos about hatching these guys out, and we just let them out into the woods. I brought them over here last night in the chicken tractor, and they're gonna be in here helping the pigs. And this is why they just come out. They've got feed, and this is what they're doing first. They are aggressive foragers, so I love them for this purpose. Say good morning.
Good morning.
But these guys are crazy good foragers, constantly picking and scratching. I rarely fill up their feeder inside. We got their feeders hanging inside here because we put them in with the pigs, so that way the pigs can't get in there. And it's over halfway full, and I think that's been 2 days since I filled it. And that was one worry we had when we first got these guys, is that they're large dual purpose birds, so we figured they would eat a bunch, but it has been the exact opposite. The Easter eggers and Welsumers, I fill up their feeder almost every day. And I think you can see the difference in the egg yolks. We'll go ahead and crack open a Bielefelder egg and an Easter egger egg or Welsumer, and you can see the difference in the yolks. So one of the reasons they're still our favorite is just the amount of foraging, constantly scratching and picking. So that's why we've gotten them in here today with the pigs. We're gonna be going through, we got a couple Bielefelders, different age ranges. We got baby chicks, we got a couple weeks old. So we'll take a look at those all here in the next couple minutes. Well guys, we got another beautiful day here. Figured since we started with the oldest Bielefelders, we'll go from the oldest to the youngest. So we've got a group out here in the outside hatcher that we hatched out 10 weeks ago, and they're starting to get big. Fed them already, and now they've went back in the house to hang out. So we'll get these guys out, take a look. There's also some Welsumers, a couple whiting true blues. So this is just kind of a mix here. And then we've got a random Novagen who's escaped from over there in the garden where they're working on the garden for us. So it's gonna be a little chaotic as we come in here. I'm sure they'll all run out. No, maybe not. And that is the other thing about the Bielefelders. They're not very flighty. It is a little harder to tell these guys apart. I've got some Welsumers in here, and like these two big ones up here, those are Welsumers. You can see the Bielefelder males with that barred pattern, and there's a female right there. The females, they kind of have a circular white pattern around them. That's a female right there. And you can see there's a male, male, male. Whiting true blue just went underneath there. There is a Bielefelder female, and those are the Welsumer hens up there. It's a little bit different. The Bielefelders, like how the males, it kind of looks like a half circle going around their back. Same with the females. So that's the only way I can tell those females apart from the Welsumer females. Bielefelder hen, Welsumer. Might be hard to see that on camera, but these guys are 10 weeks old, getting big. I'm working on another Justin Rhodes chickshaw to get all these guys out. There's probably 40 some chickens in here. A couple Welsumers leaving. This here's a Welsumer Bielefelder. That's a Bielefelder right next to her. You can see maybe you can see the difference, but 10 weeks old, they're doing really good. We're gonna get this cleaned out. We're gonna put the Whiting True Blues out here, but I just wanted to show you those different Bielefelder hens at 10 weeks old. There's one right back there, kind of see her, and that's a Welsumer up above her. They kind of have a longer brown on their neck, but Bielefelder, and obviously the males are super easy to tell. So these guys will be going out into a chickshaw here in a minute. But so that's another good thing about them. They're not very flighty. The flightiest birds out here are the Welsumers, and they're really not that bad either. So bunch of chicks out here, little mixed flock we have, and we'll probably just keep all these guys together. We'll be getting rid of some of the males. We don't want to keep that many males. That was another reason we got the Bielefelder, is they're large, dual purpose, but even so, the size of the meat on them is nothing when you're used to Cornish cross. So we just said butcher some Cornish cross, and there's no comparison really. I mean, we've thought about these for dual purpose. Yes, we could eat them, and that's why we got them. If we can't ever get Cornish cross anymore, then we'll use these guys for a meat bird. But there's really no comparison when you looking at meat birds if you're gonna do the Cornish cross. So I just wanted to show you, we're working on this chickshaw. This one's a little bit bigger. Normally they're 6x6. We made this one 8 feet long and then 6 feet across. I should hopefully get that done. You always think you're gonna get more done than you do, but so those were the 10-week-old Bielefelders. And then we'll come in here. We got some 3-week-old chicks that we had hatched out and sold most of these hens, but we'll check these out. I don't know if it's too dark here in the garage or not, but I think you should be able to see them. So here's the 3-week-old Bielefelders. I'm trying to talk quiet so I don't scare them. Of course, we had mostly males. You can see the males are the ones with the white dots on their heads. Females have more of the brown chipmunk pattern on their head. So this was a hatch about 3 weeks ago now. They'll be 3 weeks tomorrow, I believe. So these guys are pretty awesome. And that's one of our favorite things. I guess it's a good and bad thing. Turn that light on them. I don't want to knock it over, but the good thing is you know what you have, boys or girls. The bad thing is most people just want hens, so you get stuck with a bunch of roosters. So, but it is what it is.
Butcher them.
And yeah, we can butcher them. But those are the 3-week-old chicks, super cute. Most chicks are cute when they're this young anyway, but that's the other nice thing about these Bielefelders. They're auto sexting. That was one of my favorite things that I wanted, but that can be a blessing and a curse because you get stuck with all the roosters because people don't want roosters. But it's a good thing for people trying to buy them if you're not getting from a hatchery, because I'm not sure how to vent sext them, or sometimes you can wing sext them. It's good for me because I know that if someone wants one, I can make sure they're getting a hen, especially if they live in town or somewhere where they can't have a rooster. So we started with the old ones. Let's finish with the old ones. We'll head back here and we'll wrap up our Bielefelder video. All right, guys, check out this Bielefelder. Just kidding. That's Bert. He's one of our feather-footed breeds. We got as a exotic from Murray McMurray, and normally you get a male when that happens, but Bert turned out to be Berta, and she's a rogue chicken. She's broke out. Maybe we need to do a video on our rogue chickens that just kind of go wherever they want. But we're back here at the Bielefelders, working with the pigs to clean up these ticks, and Got a few out front, but I'm thinking most of them are back in there doing some work. But while we're up here at the coop, one other thing about the Bielefelders, we have had 2 or 3 go broody. We had Betty hatch out some chicks on her own. She got taken by an owl, but so they will go broody. That can be a good or bad thing. We've had 2 or 3 broody this year, so we're not getting as many eggs, and we have to keep getting them off the nests. So that can be a good thing if you're wanting them to hatch their own. They're laying quite a few eggs for dual purpose. I think we have about 16 or 17 hens, and they were giving us over a dozen a day. Then those ones started going broody, and so we've only been getting around 8 a day. So not the best layers, but the thing about them, good morning, Penny, with all their foraging that they're doing, the yolks, I was telling you about the yolks earlier. Check these out. The one on the left is the Bielefelder, and the one on the right is an Easter egg, and you can just see the difference in the color. Super orange, and I think that's because they're constantly foraging, and it definitely helps with the taste. Some of my favorite to eat, actually my favorite eggs to eat, are the Bielefelder eggs, just because they're color and they're so rich. And I think that's because of all this right here. They're constantly scratching and digging through the leaves, and they don't eat as much food. So we talked about that too. These guys, I do not have to fill their feeders as often. They're nice and docile. Here's the rooster. That's the other thing, guys. We've got 2 male roosters in with our bigger flocks, and we have never yet got attacked by a rooster. Looks like he's not a big fan of Big Mac there, but maybe he likes ham. But anyway, the roosters are nice. Not saying that you will never get attacked, but we have yet to. We got attacked by our Welsummer rooster, our Easter egger rooster, and that's what a lot of roosters do. But these guys have been awesome, and we haven't had issues with that. So knock on wood, those are really nice. But really excited about these guys. Put down in the comments your favorite breed. This is definitely my favorite breed on the farm. Brooklyn's is probably the Polish, but that's just because they look crazy. But as far as a dual purpose, if you had to get one bird, I would definitely suggest the Bielefelders. So these guys are doing awesome in here. I think they're happy to be out of the garden and in here in the woods where they can get a lot more stuff. They did a good job in the garden for us, and now they're going to be in here helping keep these ticks off our piggies. So are you guys upset because this isn't about you? But anyway, guys, leave that in the comments. Tell us what you think. I know there's a bunch of fantastic chicken breeds, but we will definitely be growing our Bielefelder flock. And if we ever just go down to 1 chicken, which I doubt that's possible. You guys have seen the chicken math video. Check that out here if you haven't. But if we had to go down to 1, it would definitely be Bielefelders. So guys, appreciate you guys following along. Appreciate all the new subscribers. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up, and we'll check you guys out on the next video.